What's going on, everybody? I am a 3D printer. You can know me as the Fluffy Printer. I'm not going to use any real names on here so that way everybody can be safe. But you can just call me the Fluff. You can call me the Printer. You can call me the Fluffy Printer. It doesn't matter. The reason why I'm called the Fluffy Printer is because, well, I'm an oversized guy. So, I'm creating these videos to help newcomers like myself overcome the challenges of learning the Orca Flash Forge program so that way we can start using our 3D printers. And what I'm about to do, hopefully it helps. If it doesn't, okay. But if it helps someone, at least one person, makes me happy. So, as you can see, I have my desktop here. I have my Flash Forge. Now, it's already open. When you're here, you're going to find all kinds of different files that you have already created, that you have either opened up, started, and all of these have already been saved. All right. The latest one I was working on, I found on a website. It is a stitch cup holder. It's one of those where you put the cup on, the mouth opens up. So when the cup goes on, mouth opens up. Okay. So in our prepare tabs, right now you can see I have 2 plates. The 2 plates represent the 2 areas that needs to be done. This right here is our top to go on top of him. When you start rotating everything around, you have a bottom section that you're going to have to see. Then you have your top section, your front, your right, your left, and your back. If you click on anywhere on this cube, it can take you anywhere within the sections of what you want to see. Okay. You can also left click and hold and use the cube itself to help with moving around and seeing the whole plate. Okay. So right now I'm just going to click on that, and we have a base home view to see here. Now, there's a lot of people out here that have been having issues with setting up the colors and learning how to paint. So I'm going to try to make this relatively simple and relatively easy. Over here in this area, we have filament. We have our minus and plus icons. This right here represents the amount of filaments, or not the amount of filaments, I'm sorry, the colors that we're going to use and the total amount of filaments. Right now, I only need 4 colors for my print. So I don't need to go any more past 4. But if you wanted to go with more than 4, you add more colors. Okay? Just ignore this. It's not going to change. I'm not worried about that, so just ignore that. Now, what is going to happen now is that if you want to remove any of the colors, it's going to remove the last one that you just added. So it's going to get rid of this one. And then it's just going to keep getting rid of them. Now, because we only have a 4-color printer with our Flash Forge AD5X, I only need 4 colors. And because I have a 0.4 nozzle, I need to make sure I keep this right here at the 0.2. If I go any more than this, it starts to become a bit of a problem. This is why some people have issues. But this is just starting out. You're learning your machine, which is fine. Which is what you want to do, is you want to learn it. Okay? Now, when you click on any of the objects, you have different objects. Right now I have the top portion here. Click selected. When you go up into this area, you'll find all of these other icons and extra tools. Right now, we just want to ignore from here to the left. Just ignore that section right now. We're just only going to focus on the color. So, we have a support painting, which if this file needed supports, we can actually change the color of the supports that we want. So, say for instance, if I had to create supports for this, I could paint the supports white, and the supports will only be white. It will never be any other color. We have seams. Now, people don't seem to understand what a seam is, so let me show you. Let me go ahead and click on Slice Plate here. And because this one's quicker, it'll make it easier to see what a seam is. See this little white area right here? This is what's known as a seam. It's where the start and the stop ends on your print. So it's going to always be a little bit raised right there no matter what. So, which is going to be okay. Now, if you want to go for some intricate details, we'll go into that into a different video later on. Right now, this is just focused on painting. So again, we're going to click on our object. Now up here we have color painting. On the color painting, once you click on it, it's going to show you this object bar, task bar, however you want to call it. So only this object right here is going to be allowed to be painted. Currently, right now, I only have two colors on there. You can see I have a dark blue and a light blue. Now, understand that your colors for your filament may be a different color than what's going to be showing up on here, which is fine. All you need to know is try to get it closest to the match that you can onto that printer and remember which colors are in which slots. This part doesn't matter. It's what's on there. Now, you have 6 different tool types here. You have a circle. The circle you can change to a complete different size here. So I'm going to have it white so we can see against the blue. And you see I have it all the way up to 8. You see I can go all the way to a large amount, or I can go all the way down to 0.10, which gives you a little tiny mark here. Alright? Usually the standard that's automatic on here is 1. This is your typical default size. I'm just using Control Z to undo the painting. Because right now, if I hit this button, the blue on here is going to be removed. And I don't want that blue removed because I want to be able to keep it on there. Now, the circle type, it's not going to follow the contours of any of this. It's only going to follow what it can see, and that's it. We have a sphere. Now, the sphere, I love using the sphere because it can actually follow the contours of the print. So instead, I'm going to raise this up a little bit so you guys can see. You can notice the ball, it's actually following the contour right here. So if I take this and I just color this right here, alright, all of that's going to be there. So let's do another bigger example. Let's go right here. Notice on how we have a white background. Now I'm clicking on this for a reason so you can see what I'm talking about. So instead, I'm going to say on the front here, and still beyond that, but none of that white from here transferred to this back right here. This is why I love the sphere, because it actually follows the contours. Then we have what's called a triangle. A triangle will actually only color each and every triangle. You can look at the section views here, which will actually start cutting it down. But unfortunately, with the triangles, it is so difficult to work with. As you see, it's only working with the triangles. Now we have the height range. Height range is actually a really cool setup. So I'm going to have it here set here in the front so we can see. You can see a line that's going through here. What it's going to do, it's going to take this height range, and you can actually take it and only say you want just in this section white. There is a downfall. You see, I got that section white, but now I've got this section white, that piece white, in there, and then there. It goes through the whole entire thing. Now, you can use this for using multiple types of instances. Like there's these pop out pictures that have like dragons, or I printed one recently that has a Maine Coon on it and all kinds of goodies, and allows you to do a full height range so you can actually start changing whatever colors you want, which is perfectly fine, which is great. I love it. It's great for doing a lot of different things. We have our fill. Now our fill is one of our greatest things here. All right. With the fill, you can see that an entire section on this now is more highlighted than anything else. If you click on it, anything that was fully highlighted with the white outline is actually going to get printed in that color. So if you click on here, see on how much this is outlined. Once I click on it, this whole thing is now white. But if you also notice when you use a fill, it's going to miss a little bit. So the way we fix that is I'm going to remove those colors that I just put on there. Now remember, it was right here. Let's bring this smart fill up by 0.3. See if it changed that. It did not. So we'll keep bringing it up a little bit more until we can see that edge disappear. Okay, so the highest was 48. Let's bring it down to 43. 45. What about 44? 44. But then all of a sudden, all of this got with it too. So you got to understand, with your fill, you got to be very careful as well, because then it's going to start going over. The angle here allows us to see what's going on. Then we have edge detection. Edge detection will not let you see what's going on. The minute you click on it, the whole thing will change. Edge detection is needed in order to truly see what you are going to fill. Your default settings on this is always going to be 30. Always. So I hope this part helps. Now, we have another intricate part on this that's on this side, on him, on the main body. So I'm actually going to click on him again, click on the painting. All right. Now this is where it becomes really neat, so you can get those little details that most people can't do, or most people ignore. See this section view right here? This is going to be also a good friend of yours. When you have a object that has a hollow inside, but you don't want that to be the main color, you can actually use the section view, and as you notice, it starts to just get rid of some of that section. It'll never remove it from the actual print. It'll just allow you to be able to see on the inside of objects. And as you see, his teeth are white instead of being blue. So I'm hoping that this video will help out those that are still learning and those that are already well established. So, I'm the Fluffy Printer, and I truly hope this has helped. Don't have too much fun now.